This is gonna be such an authentic video, I could cry. This is how YouTube changed my life without being monetized. Hi, welcome back. I'm guessing that you're here because you're thinking about creating content yourself and you're like, am I gonna do this? How can I do this? You're trying to find the motivation to keep going, sis. I understand. I have been actively pursuing content creation for probably a year now, but honestly, like as a little girl, it's always been in the back of my mind and I can never get rid of the itch to pursue specifically YouTube, but a lot of social media platforms. Like, I don't know, something about it just feels like authentic, like real, like me, you know? But it is super cringy and sometimes difficult, and the motivation can be lacking. If I think too hard about it, the motivation will start just going away from me. So I want to talk to you about how YouTube changed my life without being monetized. Also with under 1,000 subscribers, I don't understand, but it literally has changed my life. So I'm gonna share it with you and maybe this will motivate you to keep going with your content creation journey. So the first way that it changed my life is just having a perspective shift. So self-confidence is like a really big thing. I think that I have good self-confidence, but like I want everybody to have good self-confidence. So one thing about having good self-confidence is that it's like how you can create better self-confidence is doing the things that you say you're gonna do. So for me, like I'm always getting more anxious or being lower on the self-confidence if I'm like, oh, I wanna do this, but like I could never do that. Or like, oh, I wanna do that, but then like I shove the idea to the back of my mind because I'm kind of like angsty about it, or I let the idea control me more than I control the idea, if that makes sense, or like the thought. So for me, content creation was always kind of like maybe one day I could do that, or like the big thing that I kept saying was like, oh yeah, like my younger version of myself. Like when I was younger, I always thought I'd do YouTube, but like now that I'm an adult, like I don't think I'm gonna do that. But in the back of my head, like if I thought I could succeed with it, I would probably do it. You know what I'm saying? But like to say that shows, like plays the card that like, maybe I'm lying to myself. And then that like totally messes with your self-confidence. So the number one thing for me is like, I have gained a new level of self-confidence. Like I have unlocked, tapped into this new level of self-confidence because it's like, yeah, this is what I want. Like shamelessly, here I am to say like, I want to be a content creator. This is what I'm trying to pursue right now. And that confidence is crazy. Like it radiates, people feel that energy. They love it. They like, people just like to be around people who are doing things that they want to do, you know? And I love that. Like I love spreading that energy, that positivity to other people, encouraging them. And you can only do that if you have something to offer. So if I'm like constantly lying to myself, not doing the things that I say I want to do, not pursuing my truest like goals, then you know, I don't have that energy to spread to other people and it gets boring. So that gets on to my second point, is that staying consistent and not working towards things and not being disciplined is boring. You might think it's boring to go to the gym every day and be working on your gains and stuff, but if nothing changes for 2 years and all you do is sit around on the couch and watch movies and complain about your life, like that's more boring to me. You have nothing to strive for. If you're always working towards something, like content creation has untapped deeper connections with so many people around me because they are locked in with me. Like literally my friends, like my closest friends list, they will literally text me and be like, you're going viral, because I got like 200 views. But like they'll be texting me like, I'm watching your video right now, I didn't realize you're popping off on this platform or this platform. And like, so they know before I do, like but they are invested in it. And it's so fun because when we get together, we have something to talk about. They always have something to catch up with me about, like, oh, how is pursuing this going? Oh, I saw that this video is doing good. I saw this video idea, you should try this. Like, they're so locked in with me, and it's so fun because we have something like in common. They're not even pursuing content, but something for us to talk about. And it makes those relationships so close because they are true friends. They have something to support me over. Like, it's just different, but it's so fun. Like, I wouldn't trade that for the world. Getting to have these like good, meaningful conversations that are uplifting with my friends, like locked in. It's just so good. It's so good. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's worth it to me to do something like that and also get to have true and genuine friendships. The level of self-growth that it takes to be a content creator is actually crazy, because the way you have to think about content, like serving the other people or serving your audience or whatever, it's a whole new dynamic. Also, I think that a critical thing that I have learned is that the outcome of the video doesn't dictate the content creator. So something that you have to realize is that every single person that made it super huge on YouTube or any platform, they went through a stage of growth where they probably weren't satisfied. Like, even people who might have like 1 million subscribers, their goal is 10 million and they're just posting and posting and posting. And something that I've learned and something that's really changed my perspective since posting is realizing that the outcome of the video does not dictate my discipline or my enjoyment of making the video. So I don't need tens of thousands of views or millions of views to be satisfied with the video. And this is something that you have to learn when you have so few subscribers, so that when you have so many, you can stay consistent. Because something that you don't realize, but like all your favorite YouTubers or content creators, you just rely on them to post every week, hoping that they know that you love their content and that you're sitting there waiting for the content. Like, let's be real, some of us aren't even like commenting on other people's platforms. Some of us don't even like subscribe, but we sit there and we watch it. And that's the thing about being a creator, is you're on the other end of like, nobody's even commenting. I'm kind of getting subscribers. People are viewing it. Like, maybe they're not even viewing it, and you still have to like have the audacity to keep going. You know, you have to push through, find that internal motivation. And that's such a cool thing. Like, something that I've learned is that the outcome does not dictate me posting. Like, you don't fail unless if you give up. So it's the same concept for YouTube. You could post for 5 years, not be getting any views, 10 years, maybe on 10 years you have your break, maybe a year and you have like this good break, and like people start finding you and they have like years worth of content to look back on and they're just stoked on it. And you know, it's so weird to be on the other side of like actually filming, creating the content, and realizing like nobody's telling you that you need to do this. Nobody is forcing it upon you. This is just something that you're doing with the hopes that it's gonna help other people, or that they're gonna see your video or whatever. And then how to do that without the feedback. Like, sometimes you're not getting the views or you're not getting comments. Like, your subscribers aren't telling you like, oh, that really encouraged me, or that felt good to hear, or, you know, this was really helpful. Like, sometimes it's just crickets. Even if there's views, there's crickets. And how do you keep pursuing that journey? So for me, I've had such growth in realizing that like me choosing not to post any content was like the worst thing I could do for myself, for my mental health, because it was always beating me up. Like, I was always sitting there thinking about like the what ifs and could be's and should I's, and just like over processing all the details and the how to's versus executing, and then getting the chance to look at the content and be like, okay, XYZ could have changed. This could have been better. This idea, we should have prioritized filming that first. This idea is the one that's going to make it big. Like, or not necessarily make it big, but you know, like outperform the others. And so I think I'm just happy that YouTube is a part of my life, and this is a part of my journey that I'm getting to experience and getting to try and play with and do the different things right now and create a community. Like, I never understood fully, like, when people talk about their communities, I never fully understood them until creating. And then I'm like, oh, it does make sense. Like, they don't just want you to say like, oh, the video is good, but they want your feedback. Like, these people have been posting for 10 years, sometimes 10 plus years. And they're like, I just want to know that you're genuinely there. Like, you're a subscriber, you're a fan. This is what you like, this is what you don't like. Like, I want to hear from you, because they're just outputting. And you have to be able to do that without looking at the stats, which is just crazy. But YouTube's truly changing my life. The monetization is something that doesn't change things. The subscribers don't change things. You're still just outputting as a content creator, relying on your own judgment, coming up with your own ideas. Maybe you have a team, but like, obviously you probably don't if you're watching this video. But it is just you at the end of the day. Like, that's what being a content creator is like the confidence to just continually post and to have that internal reflection of performance and execution and motivation to keep going on longer, I guess. So I wanted to end this video with a word of encouragement because I just feel like you're probably on this video because you're in the same boat as me. Like, you may have been posting for a day, months, years, and you're probably not to your end goal. Like, ideally, a lot of people who are posting are looking for monetization or monetary value. They're looking for ways that they can make money on the side, or they're just looking for even that connection of community, like that reciprocation, like commentary from people back or whatever. But, you know, again, I said this already, but I say this to myself literally all the time, is that you've never failed on YouTube until you've given up. You've never failed on social media until you've given up. Like, you've just decided you're never gonna post again. And that's not even a failure. That's just like you deciding that you're done with it, you know? But not having views is not a failure. Not having, you know, taking a break is not a failure. Like, content creation is cool because you are in control. You steer it wherever you want it to go, and you get to dictate like the continuous output, and your motivation is everything. It's so good, but people need to see your content. People need to have new people to watch and new things to find. If you are making content, please comment on this video. Tell us a little bit about your channel. Like, what do you make? What do you want? Do you have questions? Where are you struggling? I love to chat. So obviously I'm going to be in the comments like talking back to you, but it is so fun for me when I'm talking to my other friends who are also pursuing content, and we're talking about like our similar struggles, just thumbnails, titles, what do we say in the video? Do I want to show this part of my house? Like, there's so many little finicky things to figure out, and it could be so fun. But the growth journey should not have to feel lonely at all, because this is like the fun part of being a content creator, is like making other content creator friends, and the fact that everybody is at a different place, but you're always growing. Like, it's always going up, whether it feels stagnant or not, you're always growing. And that is the cool thing about social media. Like, everything could change tomorrow. You could have way more followers. You could just hit this huge growth spurt. Like, you never know. So if you're looking for some support, comment down below so that I can comment back to you, or you can comment to each other. That's really why I wanted to make this video, just because being a content creator is so fun, and you don't need the journey to be lonely. And it has truly changed my life. Even the relationships that I've made with my friends who I've already been friends with, my online friends, like building a digital community, if that makes sense. So yeah, comment down below so we can just chat about it. And thank you for being here and watching this video. And if you are on the journey, keep going. Don't give up. Pull back if you need to, but if you're making excuses or you're just hiding because of fear, just stop right now and keep pursuing. Keep going on the journey, because it's worth it. You're worth it to spend this time and effort on yourself, to just throw the dice and see where they land. Like, keep going. I believe in you. Okay, bye.